Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Elizabeth, and I just need to check something. One moment. Done. I'm looking at myself here on YouTube, and looks different to how I'm looking on another. Never mind. On the software that I'm using for this live. Okay. Well, I want to talk about two of Mary's videos, Gori'el, Captain Gori'el, and Mary's the previous one, the recent one, where she talks about the um, self-sabotage. What is it? The name of it? The two most self-destructive starseed beliefs. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good kick in pants. I do things a little bit different, but anyway. Let's talk about Captain Gori'el. How inspiring is that? I was amazed. I was pleasantly surprised what um, she mentioned some of the things he's done. He has quite an interesting career, and to be honest, I'm really excited to hear what he has to say about the first meeting. Obviously, we know what happened. Mary has already said that basically the Federation said the exact same thing that it's been saying for a while. It is the same story. Basically, the planet needs to be quarantined, and we just need to basically uh, do the work ourselves. Um, Now, I'm always thinking, well, there's nothing much we can do in regards to these meetings because we are not able to attend. Obviously, we have no idea what they say, so we just basically hear from what now Captain Gori'el will be able to tell us. So we're going to be basically really keeping a close a close watch on Captain to see what he's able to do. I'm interested to know whether he was able to speak. Apparently, he was not. Um, I would like to know his thoughts. I would like to know what he felt, what he saw. Um, I know Mary described it a little bit, but um, it would be, I think, it's a good idea if Mary could interview him. Well, she already did, but it would be nice to have more information, I guess. Um, I would definitely like to interview him, see, and know more about it. So this is going to be quite interesting. I'm so glad he offered to do this. He volunteered for this work, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. So they're going to have two meetings per month, and we'll see how that goes. I'm really curious. Uh, oh, Salvador Padillas. Hello, how are you in the chat? Thank you for being here. What did you think about Captain Gori'el? It was interesting, wasn't it? His career, what he's done. He's quite ruthless. I like it. We need someone like that to go into these meetings. Um, so I'm really curious to know more of what he saw, what he felt in there. Was he able to speak? Are they able to speak in these meetings? Um, Apparently, in this one, they were not. But basically, I know this one was an introduction. Um, so I guess we just have to wait and see. But the thing is that I don't know. I sometimes feel like these meetings that they're going to have twice a month, it's basically going to be like an instruction, what the federation is doing. And basically, people are going to just have to listen. I don't think it's going to be a debate as such. I could be wrong. I hope it is. I hope it is a meeting where people can actually say something. Um, and Captain Gori'el, I'll call Gori'el, um, has a lot of experience in exopolitics. So I'm sure he's going to try and speak and um, and find out more what's going on. So I'm excited about that. Salvador says, yes, all I see is more of the same. Politics and arguments like politics on earth. Yeah, it's a mirror. It's a mirror effect, isn't it? It's the same thing that's happening up there. It's happening here. Um, let's hope it's not as harsh as what's happened here. I've seen politicians in action, and they are a disgrace, complete disgrace. It's like a circus. I once went to a meeting in the local council of a town that I was residing in, and it was embarrassing to see how they behaved. I was so in shock. I remember I was about 23 years old, 25, 20 years old, and I thought I was going to witness people with a lot of knowledge. I thought I was going to hear a lot of interesting projects, a lot of support and community like-minded people, people who are working for society. That's what I was expecting. And when I arrived for a whole hour, we actually left after about an hour. We left because all they did from beginning to end, 60 minutes of non-stop ridicule, um, basically just saying what the other was doing wrong, a lot of hate. It was so it was so amazing. I couldn't believe it. That's when for me I started questioning this whole government thing. And I think I remember I was feeling a little bit scared because I thought if these people are in charge, no wonder the cities are like this. No wonder things don't work. Now I know that they were probably just matrix people, but it's quite harsh. I've seen it firsthand and it's awful. So I hope it's not the same up there. Um, I would like to know if Mary, for example, knows how it is down here in regards to politics. Has she been to these meetings? For me, it was just, I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. Um, So I hope it's not the same up there. I really hope not. Um, so we'll see. But I think Gori'el has the personality, the experience to learn to know what to do in these future meetings. So I'm looking forward to observe. All we can do is observe what happens. So that's going to be interesting. Um, I'm really hoping Mary will talk more about Captain Gori'el. It sounds quite interesting. I wonder if he has a plan. What is he thinking of doing? What is his plan? What's his point of view? His point of view must be quite interesting. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And also, I wanted to talk about the latest video from Mari. Oh my God. I was not expecting that. I think talking in regards to a personal point of view, um, I guess we're a bit different on how we communicate things and how we communicate point of views. For example, I still do, but not so much. I read the tarot, and I started when I was 20 years old. So it's been 30 years. Um, and I find it that people come and have their cards read because they're not having a great time. You know, that they're suffering, that something's wrong. They just cannot move forward, you know. And there are many ways that I think I can help with them. And one of the things that I've realized is that they are already feeling bad. Uh, and if you tell them, you know, it's your fault, it's you need to take responsibility and be harsh, um, it doesn't work. I don't think it has the same the same result. I think you need to be firm. Let them know that it's their responsibility. Um, I think there are many ways to say it. Um, but I guess, you know, we are different people. And Mary and I are different people. We have different perspectives, different point of view. So um, if I were in her place, I don't know, maybe I would have done the same. I do know that within the context, I think she did this within a specific context, which she explained, which is in regards to the people in the new age. Um, and maybe that harshness was needed for people to snap out of it. Um, so that was quite surprising to me. However, if I ever felt like I was, you know, I was just talking to somebody in Telegram, in Cosmic Agency, one of the Telegram groups, and I think it was in Telegram. No, it was one of the chats. And someone said, "Do you think Mary has the personality to speak up to the Federation in a way that is, you know, you like Captain Gori'el would, you know?" I think he's quite a tough man. He has a lot of experience, and I think he would have no problem making himself be heard. So when I thought, does Mary have the capacity to do that? And from the latest video, from her latest video, you know, I think she does. I think she has it in her to do that work, to do the work that she's doing now. Um, you know, from what I could see from down here, from my perspective, from my point of view as a human, I wasn't sure. I thought, well, she's still learning. Yes, definitely. But I think you need to have a certain personality to do this work, especially if you go against and you question the Federation and you go to these meetings. Um, I think you need to have a specific type of personality for this. And I've wondered whether Mary has it. And from that video, I think she does. I think she's learning a lot, um, and I really like it. So I'm glad she. I'm glad. Um, I'm glad to hear her express herself in that way. Um, I thought it was a bit harsh, but that's me, from my point of view. But maybe it was needed from her point of view, her perspective, and what she was listening to. other people and listening to um, new age type of propaganda, maybe that's how she needed to express herself. Because I don't know what she's been focusing on that made her do that video and speak that way. To be honest, I ignore it because I've 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 known about the new age and the new age movement and what they talk about, and I realize that it's not for me. I don't like it. I don't approve. I think it's just more religion, so I ignore it. But Mary needs to be aware of what's happening, and she made a decision, and you know, and for from my point of view, in regards to learning more about her personality, it was a great video. It was good to um, know what she's like. Um, Salvador says the reunion at the viewership is more like a joke. Captain Gori'el should left the place. No, he shouldn't have left the place and demand another reunion with all races together. Well, I don't know. I think you need to be there. I think because I think that if you're going to have a try at least try to have a conversation and interact with the other party, in this regard the federation, you need to be there. You need to hear what they're saying, and um, because then you have the opportunity to start a dialogue if that's possible. um, but I think going there was a good choice. Um, and I do hope he keeps going to these meetings. I really do. Um, and I'm sure there's going to be the opportunity for him to speak. I'm sure of it. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I really do hope so. So that's quite interesting. Um, there is something about this, knowing about the latest meeting about the Federation. A lot of people got angry because it just feels like they're just stalling. They're just doing something to keep everyone quiet. Um, they're manipulating the situation. But this has been happening for a while now, for a long time. It's not now. It's always been like this, apparently. In fact, that's why we are here. Many of the star seeds, that's the reason why we are here, because the work needs to be done here and up there. And that's why I got excited about learning about Gori'el. And he's really inspiring, because I thought to myself, well, what the hell can I do from down here? I'm not able to attend these meetings. The federation's not going to listen to me. They're not listening to humans. So what the hell are we going to do? Except for maintaining with our high frequency, what the hell else can I do? It drives me crazy. I want to do something. But then again, I cannot get mad. I cannot get angry or upset, because that only affects me. And I was reading some of the comments and the chat, Cosmic Agency chat, and Telegram, and someone posted a transcript where Jassy said something. I'll put the link in the video for you to read. And I thought, oh, this is brilliant. This is wonderful because she's talking about what we can do down here. Um, she has a point, and it's quite inspiring. And I think it's kind of a little manual to think about and see what you can do down here that is doable for you, because everyone's circumstance is different. I mean, my life, it's different to yours. It's different to my mother's. It's different to my friends. It's different to Gosha's life, Robert's life. So everyone needs to basically do what they can, um, taking into consideration their life, their lifestyle. So she was saying, he was saying, apart from just taking care of yourself, that's the first thing, taking care of yourself. She said, you need to start working together. And Gosha was asking, what do you mean start to work together? Which is the reason why I started these YouTube channels. She said, get together, be more than one, be more than taking care of your own life. Start building communities, holistic communities. Um, and people think that they need to build a community where there are thousands of starseeds, thousands of people. She said, no, it can just be two. It can be you and a friend. It can be you and your partner. And you work in a holistic community. So what's holistic to you? How can you apply it in your life on Earth? In regards to, because you need to go to work, you do have a way of earning an income, so you need to take that into consideration. Do you have a family? To consider that as well. You have likes, you have dislikes, you have to consider that as well. So you need to figure out what is holistic to you and how you can apply it. So how can you apply it with your partner? How can you apply it within friends, with other star seeds, for example, who also want to do a holistic community and be a part of it? It doesn't have to be face-to-face, being in the same place. It can actually be online, which is what I wanted to do here, is to bring people online and to be in the same in the same path. We are all doing something different because we have different lives, but we have the same attitude towards a holistic community. And I thought that was quite wonderful. For example, there is a group that is known in Spanish. If I translate it, it's basically doctors for life, something like that. And it's a group of doctors. This group was, I think it started during the last, big thing that happened. And they saw what was happening and they started getting together. So building a community. So it could be something like that. So, for example, I'm not a doctor, so that I wouldn't be able to be in that community, but I can build another community, of 2 or 3 people, 10 people, 100 people. I don't know, and I think that's key here. It's to build communities. A community it starts with 2 people. That's a community. If it's 2, it starts to be a community. And I thought that was interesting. It's interesting because it's doable. If you start thinking just one more person, um, you can start working towards something. I think it's easier than we think. You know, so it's ridiculous for me to think. What can I do if I cannot attend these meetings with the federation? What can I do if the federation is going to reset this place again? What the hell can I do I can't even go to Antarctica. What the hell can I do? Um, but I think that building communities in whatever suits you. Maybe you like to grow things. You like to grow vegetables. You are probably great at growing vegetables, organic vegetables. So get together with other star seeds that want to do the same. Actually, they probably don't even need to know they are star seeds. Um, so I think this type of work that we can do down here as a community can be something that helps. Um, and also, she said, you don't have, this is not a, um, she said, well, it doesn't need to be all the star seeds need to do this. Because, you see some star seeds, they are, quarreling. Quar- quar- what is the name? They fight between each other. Quarreling, the name. It's the word. They fight, they get angry, and they don't do anything. So they build this hate between groups, and that doesn't help at all. So she said, well, it doesn't need to be a lot of people. It doesn't need to be all the star seeds in the world. It doesn't need to be a million star seeds for you to make an impact. She said, one star seed who is powerful enough can make a dent, can do something. So that was quite uplifting. So if you can just get together with one other person that can be your partner or your best friend, then you're doing something. You're really getting the ball rolling. You can start making a dent. You can start making a real difference. I don't think we might be able to see it. I don't think we would be able to see the difference. Uh, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, um, because you are building something that's different. That is the opposite of what this matrix is, and that's the idea: to build a different matrix, to build a more holistic society. So we don't have to look at it from a very big point of view, to say there's so many star seeds. How are we all going to get together and change this? Well, you don't. You can just start with one more person, and you do make a difference. It does make a difference. We are making a difference. I mean, that's the thing. We are already making a difference. So if we start working with one other person, it multiplies. So I think it's easier than we think. I needed to be reminded of that. It's easier, I think. It's easier than we think. Um, so I found that quite exciting because it is doable. It is doable for me, for example, because I would like to do more. But as well, I need to, um, you need to earn an income. You need to go to the supermarket. I want to go and do other fun things, and then I'm thinking, well, how does that help? Do I have the time? um, but yes, I think we do. And the idea is, and I think we're intelligent enough to be able to incorporate this into our own lives, into our work, and build it into our family, into our friendships. I think we can do that. And I think that's how we would move forward. So I'm going to leave the link of that transcript where Jassy talks about this. It's really inspiring. You should read it. It's really good. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to print that and put it up here because I sometimes forget things. I sometimes forget really important things like this. And but that's the point of this matrix, is to bombard you with so much information that you actually forget what you decided on. You forget what you are really focusing on. And that's what I realized. I start focusing on so many things. I don't realize it. And after 2 months, I'm like, what was I doing? What was I thinking? What's the decision I made in regards to my life? What was it? I forget. I don't know if it happens to you. I forget. I have to write it down. I decided to do this and live my life this way because, and I think it's this matrix that makes it like that. I don't know if it's always been like this, or it is lately, in the last 10 years, 15 years, because when I was younger, or or is it that I'm getting old? What is it? What the hell is that? Is it the matrix? Or is it that the older you get, the more you forget? But when I was younger, I used to remember everything. Uh, Now I don't even know the phone numbers of my friends and family. Remember when we used to not have cell phones and we just had those normal phones? I used to know all the numbers of all my friends and all my family members. Those were a lot of numbers, and I remember them all. And now I have no clue. I only know mine. That's it. I wonder if it is something that it's probably more difficult now to remember things, or is it that we don't need to remember it? Because I don't need to remember my mother's number, for example, and I can always call her because it's there, saved in this little machine on your cell phone. Crazy, right? Interesting. Anyway, Salvador says, oh, yes, in regard to the Fed, my point is that the game of the Federation should not be accepted anymore. No, it's not. Reunions with that level of control should not allowed anymore from the representatives of the ASEAN. Yeah. I have, see, this is the thing. Some, I understand what you mean. I do. I do. Um, but if we don't know what's happening out there, I have no idea. I mean, if it hadn't been for Mary telling us about these meetings, I would have absolutely no idea about these meetings, none whatsoever. So, what else is happening that we don't know about? So, um, I sometimes want to, um, I mean, we can speculate and we can say this should not be allowed. And I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But we don't know half of it. We only know so little of what's happening out there. And since I started this channel, well, the other one in Spanish, it's been a year, more than a year, that I've been wanting to know more of what's happening out there so that I can somehow tell them what to do, or just, tell the Federation what to do and what not to do, etc. And I realized that I can't do that. And there is a reason why I came here, to be human and be unaware of this. So I decided to concentrate on what I know. I know about things that happen on Earth. I know what's happening in my town. You know, I know what's happening in the local government, um, and concentrate on that, because apparently I realized when I was up there that my work down here, being human, forgetting everything and not knowing about the Federation, the intricacies, and just concentrating on here and to build something different from what's here already was more important, was very important. And when I realized that, I let go of the trying to um trying to be a um trying to be a voice um to the Federation, you know, be a voice against what the Federation is doing. And because all I can do down here is to just say I do not consent, I'm not going to be a part of that. And I'm going to do my best to do what I think it's best. Apparently, that work that we do, that we're doing, it's important. I mean, we kind of made like a big sacrifice, really, because we knew that we were going to forget our past lives. We were not going to know anything about the Federation, and what we would know about it would be what a star race would tell us, the Tagetans. Um, so when I realized that I made a decision to do this, I thought, huh, okay. So that was my judgment for myself. Um, so that's why I'm excited about Captain Gori'el going to these meetings, because for me, he's going to be my eyes up there. You know, I don't know him. I'm not saying that I know him or that I talk to him. No, at all. But from what we might be able to hear from him, to me, he's going to be my eyes of what I could, figure out what's happening up there. So I'm really excited what he's going to say. Really, really excited. I'm so happy that he decided to volunteer for this job. So excited. Um, I'm looking forward to that, and he's very inspiring. Very inspiring. Um, so I'm gonna get to work here because I started to get a bit bored. I don't know if how you guys feel, but do you sometimes get bored down here? Started to get bored because I like to have some action. Maybe that's why I'm so excited about Captain Gori'el, because he's he gets to have a lot of action in his profession and his, I don't know, in his work. I don't know how to say it. And I like that, and I feel like I need that in my life. That's why I feel bored, because I need something. I need action, and I need to make that happen for myself. So I'm gonna get working on that. It's exciting. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Salvador, for talking with me, sharing your point of view. I appreciate it a lot. Um, and I'll leave it here. If you who are watching this video afterwards, if you have any comments, any ideas, what do you think about Captain Gori'el, about Mary's oh, something happened to my video. I'm stuck. Oh, it's 40 minutes. Okay. I've got to go. Yeah. I think I have to go. It's not working anymore. I don't know if it's working. Well, if it is, if you have any comments, I would like to know about them. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. I better go. Bye bye. No, it's stuck. Jesus.